everybody, this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and tonight I'm bringing you a video about organization. Now, over the last several months when I really haven't had or taken a lot of time for crafting or making videos, I have spent some time in organization. Now, I'm not saying I have gone through and reorganized my craft room, because I have not. But I don't know about you, but there are a few items that really frustrate me because they take so long sometimes to find what you need to find when you need to find it. And when you're limited on time, you really don't want to spend 20 minutes finding the stuff that you need to make a 10-minute project. So I still have not really figured out a solution for things like stickers or die cuts. Those are kind of on the to-do list for someday, but I have come up with a way to organize some items, and so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Now, the first and largest project that I did was my stamp organization. So what you see here is a typical packaging of a Close to My Heart stamp set. These are what the normal stamp sets come in. Now, this happens to be a Stamp and Thin Cut set, but their packaging, one of the things that I love about Close to My Heart, one of the many things, is that their packages are all uniform. And so when you have these options to store them in, you know that you have some sort of uniformity. Well, I have a couple of these. I have two of the big, large containers that went in this set. I actually have three, but one of them is broken. I had to replace it, but I haven't had the heart to let go of it because I figured there's something I can use it for, right? And then I have this small one. I actually have more than that, but for this project's use, these are the things that I used. So I started by getting all of my stamps out and purging. Now, that sounds like a big deal. It wasn't. I don't think I got rid of 5 stamp sets. I was pretty much down to things that I felt like I would either use or I just couldn't bring myself to get rid of. But that was the first step, was purging and sorting and getting things all over. Now, the age-old question for me has been, and it's the same with stickers, how do I organize things so that I can find them? Do I leave them alphabetical, because Close to My Heart has numbers and letter combinations for all of their stamps? So do I leave them alphabetical just because in my ordered mind that's the way I like things? But then I can never find anything, because you might have a Christmas stamp in that's C whatever, and then another Christmas stamp that's B whatever. So then, well, maybe I should organize them by theme. Put all the Christmas stamps together, put all the birthday stamps together. And honestly, there is no right or wrong way, but I just had to figure out what was going to work best for me. So instead of figuring all that out, what I decided to do was, first of all, for all of my Close to My Heart stamps, which honestly is the bulk of my stamps, I have a lot of sets. I was a little surprised at how many I had. So all of my non-Close to My Heart stamps that aren't planner related literally fit in one basket that's about this big, and there's room for them to flop. So there's lots of room in there. So all of those went in there, and they're just kind of stuffed in there however they may fall right now, because I really don't have, they're different sizes, different shapes, and so they're more organized, small packaging to large packaging, and that's just how they've landed. But there's so few of them, I don't think there's probably 20 sets maybe of them. It doesn't take that long to flip through them. However, they are also included in my organization. So I started by making sure that they were all alphabetically organized. And then I went to my computer and I created a spreadsheet. It's a very simple spreadsheet, and I'm just going to read the columns. I put item number and then the stamp name if a company names them. Some stamps I don't have item number, some stamps I may or may not have names, but that's just how I did it. And then I put the company if I knew what the company was. And then in the middle of here, I put, the first column is for images, the second column is for sentiments. And then in the middle, we have types. So are they animals? Are they birthday stamps? Are they butterfly stamps? Are they floral stamps? Are they holidays and seasons? I decided not to just do Christmas, because I felt like I have so few of non-Christmas holidays and seasons that they could all be put into one category. Are they planner related? Are they a stamp set that was specifically, you use specific Cricut cartridges if you want to cut out images? That gets its own column. And then the next to last column is my storage column. It tells me exactly which bin I've stored them in, and I've numbered all of my bins. I believe I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there are 6 of them. And then if I wanted any comments. So if I'm crafting and I know I have a little girl's birthday, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to find my birthday column. Well, this one says balloon animals. Now, what did I have to say about the balloon animals? I know it's birthday. It's got both sentiments and images, so that might be a good one. And then in the comment, I just put things like balloon animals, birthday, party sentiments, anything that would help me click in my brain what I would do with that. So I put them in here like that. And so I put them all in page protectors. I threw them in a 3-ring binder, and that lasted all of about maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because I got to thinking about that and I was like, who wants a binder laying around? So I went into my stash and I found this little ring, just, you know, just a little clippy ring. And I put the ring through it, and then I put a push pin in the wall right behind my workstation to hang it off. So literally it hangs on the wall just like this. And I'll put a still life photo at the end of the video so that you can see some of these things, kind of how I store them in the greater scheme of things. But so now when I need something, I can just quick go, okay, I'm looking for this. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. So I could look at 3 different stamp sets and I'm going to find them in bin 2 or bin 1 or however, wherever I'm going to find them, bin 6, bin 7. I have one close to my heart box that is this size that is actually pretty empty because I've put all of my planner stamps. So it has close to my heart stamps in it, but it also has stamps that I might get with my Cocoa Daisy kits or those kind of things. Now, if I have a Cocoa Daisy kit stamp with birds on it, then it will be mentioned as in the planner column, but it'll also have mentioned in the bird column. And if it's images or sentiments, all of that, I followed that through, but I just store them separate so that it's where my planner stuff is. If it's upstairs and I'm working on the couch watching TV, I have my box there. If I want to bring it down here, it's very portable. And so then what I did with it is I took a piece of washi, this was super fun washi because I got it at a store, and I think it's the first time that I've purchased, or at least that I know that I've purchased actual Japanese washi. I don't think I had ever done that before, and this was. But I took these little stickers, or it was washi tape, and tore them or cut them, and then I numbered, but I numbered it in 2 places. I numbered it at the top so that if I was looking down from the top, you know, if I was doing something, it was sitting on the table and I had several stamps out, I could just look at the top and see it. But I also labeled it on the side, so where typically my stamps are sitting on a shelf, then I can see them looking straight on at an angle. So that's how I did it. Now the basket that keeps my close to my heart regular stamps in it that are all the different sizes, I don't recall if I put a number on it or not, but if not, I'll know which one that is just by the very name of the stamp set. So I've got them organized, and with the exception of like right now when I have all my Christmas stamps pulled because that fits the projects that I'm working on, I can just quickly grab what I need, but also I can quickly put away what I need because I'm not digging through everything trying to figure out what I'm using. So that is the stamp solution that I came up with. I'm super excited about this. I think it's going to work really well for me. So now I'm going to set that aside and show you 3 or 4 other things that I have done. So the next thing that I did is I found this pin case, and I got this on Amazon, and I'll try to find it again and link it in the comment box below. This is a 48 pin set, pin holder, and it's actually for pencils, and so I actually am missing one Cocoa Daisy pin from this year because I gave it away, so I'll only have 11. Honestly, I think my Cocoa Daisy pins, I would not be able to fit a whole year's in this. It would be really tight because the barrel's a little bit thicker. This was really designed for pencils and stuff. I recently went on a trip and I put stuff that I thought I would need. And don't worry, I didn't throw away, when you see further what I've got in here, I didn't throw away the original packaging. Well, Cocoa Daisy stuff I did, but of the rest of the stuff, I didn't throw away the original packaging because at some point I may just want to grab just like my watercolor pencils and just those and not take this whole thing. But this worked really well on a trip that I recently had. There's a zip pocket over here. These are just a couple of rulers that I picked up at Walmart on clearance. I think I paid 50 cents a piece for them. I've got a few little stickers in here, but not much. But I've got my Cocoa Daisy pins from 2019 here. And then in my next section, I have my Prismacolors. And I went ahead and only pulled, I have 2 sets of Prismas. One that I got for Christmas that was a 24 count set, which my daughter bought me for Bible journaling. And so I just put the 24 count set in here because the other set that I have is much larger. I think it's 48, it might be 72, and I didn't want to take away my whole space. And then I put my fine liners in here, most of them except for the one I use all the time. I snuck in a Kate Spade pencil in the middle because I had enough. I think my fine liner set is a 10 set. I have some various and sundry other ones that I don't really use that much. I didn't put them in here. And then at the end, I put in my Close to My Heart watercolors. So the set that I have, it came in 2 12 count boxes, and so there those are. So that was another organization tip. I did not pay a lot of money for this. I want to say it was like $10 or $12. And it's working really well. So that was another thing that made it portable for me to take, whether I'm going somewhere for a trip and I want to make sure that I have my supplies with me, or if I'm just going to a crop or maybe a planner thing, I'll have it right there and then I can change it out as I need it. So that was another tip. And then the other thing besides stickers and washi that I wanted to get organized was my Cocoa Daisy kits. So of course, if you're a Cocoa Daisy subscriber, you're aware of the cute packaging. Everything comes in every month, which is great. I love it. But for storage purposes, once I've, cut this and taken this sticker and done this with it, I don't want that packaging anymore. It's just bulky and you're done with it. So I've been trying to think, okay, how am I going to store it? Well, several months ago in one of the kits, Christine included this sticker keeper, and so I cut apart the sticker sheets that were too big to just slide in here, and I stuffed a bunch of the stickers in there, and that was fine. Still didn't find myself really reaching for it, so I went to the Container Store and just started going through the store until I found something that would work. And this is what I found. It's an accordion folder, but it's a nice size. And I actually picked up 2 of them because the Container Store is far enough away from me that I don't get there. In fact, this is the first time since I moved here that I've been to this Container Store. So I picked up one for this year and one for next year as well. And it comes with these little stickers, and you can either put the months, that's what I chose. It's got some blank ones so you can write your own, and it's kind of fun rainbow colored, but I put it in by month. And so then when I'm done with each month, I slide in any extra die cuts I have, any extra stickers. Obviously I don't put the pens in here, but if I made a dashboard, I throw that in there. The items that I don't put in here from my washi kit, or from my monthly kit, I don't put the washi in here. I don't put the notepads if it came with a note. Well, they all come with a notepad because I get the planner kit, and the planner kit always has a notepad. The planner kit always also has specialty sticky notes, but I did not include those things in here. I didn't want it to get as bulky as what my extra notepads and sticky notes would be. Plus, I want those available for me to use, so I did something else with those. But these are the extra papers, the extra stickers, the extra die cuts, all of those things. And this works really well. So, if I'm thinking, okay, I know we had a month that was really sunshiny with lemons and stuff. Let's see what I can find. Well, look, I've got my papers, my leftover papers here, and I'll tell you, there's some good papers there for even making cards. And I want to be using what I have, so I pulled those out. So that I'm really excited about. I think that's going to work really well for me. And this wasn't super expensive either. I want to say this was about $10 at the Container Store. And definitely worth it not to have bags and stuff all stacked up. So I'm excited about that. And then the last thing that I want to show you is actually a tip that I picked up on the Cocoa Daisy Facebook page. And I've posted this on Instagram recently, but I wanted to go into depth about this. I have kind of tried different things through the years with my washi. And that is definitely not focusing. It does not like that white table. So what I've done is I went and I happened to be in the houseware section at Walmart one time. And they had this funny looking hanger that kind of had waves at the bottom instead of straight across. I think it was designed, if I recall, it was designed for belts and scarves. Because in each of those, or as those moved, you could take a big ring. It was about this big around. It was an O-ring similar to this, only much larger. And you could take that big ring and you could fill it with washi and then put it back on. Like I said, I think it was for scarves, but I was like, ooh, that looks like washi. A washi ring, kind of like similar to the idea of what the Reset Girl does, only this was a hanger and you could get, I think I had 5 or 6 of them. So that was great for a while, but I didn't love it. I do still keep my Christmas washi on those rings because then it gets all put away with my Christmas stuff. But for the most part, I just didn't love it. So then I found... I thought, you know, it's kind of pretty when you have washi in jars. And I still think that. Pretty, yes. Practical, no. You end up with jars full of beautiful washi that invariably the one at the very bottom is what you have. I have one jar like that left that has my thin washi in it, but that's really not where I go all the time. So that was one thing I tried. Then I found one day at Costco, when I lived in the other state, I found they had this thing. It was a round washi holder, and it was full of washi. It was like probably $15 or $20, and I was like, that's a steal. So I had that for a while, and it was great because around you could put washi in the middle on the post and then pick it up by the post, and then you could all the way around in circles. There was enough spaces that I think you could fit, I don't know, 14 or 16, maybe 12 to 16 rolls of washi. And then if it was on the round space around, then there was like a tape dispenser that you could pull on that. And I thought, this is really cool. I'll do that. So I did that for a while, and it was really cool, except for it was already full of washi. So all the other washi I had didn't really work. So then I found a washi tape at Michael, a washi roll at Michael's, or not a roll, but a roll holder, where you could pull out the shelves and they would actually drop down and you could stack shelves. And that's what I've used. I just purchased a larger one so that I could get all my close to my heart washi in it as well. And it's great. I loved that setup, but it's not portable. And I wanted something so that I could just, at a moment's notice, quickly find, if I was, you know, in Kalamazoo, I could pull washi and have a good variety. So this idea came from Tracy Reed, and she took this Close to My Heart sticker book and turned it into a washi holder. And I love that idea. So I did the same thing. Now I will tell you, I will not be able to fill all of the sticker things with these because I can barely close it now. But I took every single washi tape that I could find. So unless it's in a kit or hidden away somewhere, I have hit every single bit of washi that I have. And I laminated some white cardstock, and then I just wrapped different sections of washi around every piece of white cardstock and slid it in the folder. So I tried to arrange them and this will not really be sustainable because as you gain more, I'm not going to be able to come back and just keep, you know, I can't add a whole lot here. I could add a thin one, but I'm not going to rearrange the book just because I have a new washi tape that maybe fits on this page. Well, I don't know, I might, but theoretically you're not. So I did arrange it in some ways. Like these are, for the most part, the washis that I've received either from Close to My Heart, or I think there's one in here. I think this fountain pen one is from Colibri Charms, but I just bought it in January when it matched the theme for the Close to My Heart. So I started with the Cocoa Daisy ones. So these at the beginning are all either Cocoa Daisy or that one extra one. And then I just continued, then I've got things that are like florals or words, and that's just how I have arranged the whole thing. So they may not necessarily completely match, but I tried to at least make them make sense. So now I can just throw this in my bag or my planner box that I carry around the house with me, whatever I want, and I have every single washi tape that I own right here at my fingertips. When it runs out, I just grab another one, wrap it around, start over. So that was such a fabulous tip, and I was so thankful to receive that tip. And as you can see, I've got a nice fat book of washi here that I will be able to use. So I know this was a really long video. I hope you found it helpful and some ideas on how maybe you can get organized, because if you're like me, and most of us are, let's face it, even no matter what you do in life, whether you work 9 to 5 or you work 12-hour shifts, or you work salaried and work 50 to 60-hour weeks, or if you work with your family all the time and only have a quiet 30 minutes to yourself, you do not have time to be finding all your stuff. You want to get in, get your project done, and get out. So I'm hopeful for you that these tips will help accomplish that goal. So thanks so much for stopping by today, and remember, take some time to enjoy the little things. Have a great day. Bye.